Hey, and welcome to day 24 of the Journey to Greatness series that we've been doing together. It's been a pleasure to walk through this process with you. And even as I've been teaching this to you, it just has reiterated to me how much of a journey this truly is because day by day, week by week, year by year, each of these steps that we're talking about are going to take you some time. None of these are probably going to be like fixes in a day, right? Whether you're talking about your relationships, your faith, your finances, your mindset, or your time management and maximization, each of these have to become habits and disciplines that you engage in each and every day and throughout your life. And when you think you've got it all together, you're probably going to have to circle back and try it again. So I just want to encourage you with that as we get to the end of this journey together. You can do this, but take it in bite-sized chunks. Don't try to do everything at once because when you do, it ends up being overwhelming. So find those areas in your life that need the most attention right now and chip away at them, doing the steps that we've been talking about. And then once you feel like you're in a good place there, then you can move to the next area of your life. So just want to encourage you in that because sometimes we think of the big picture and it gets overwhelming. Darren Hardy says, a great way to tackle our big goals is to not look at our big goal every day, but rather break that big goal into multiple steps and then just look at it as a staircase and just take one step at a time, one step a day or a couple steps a day. Don't think about the 100 steps that it has to take to get to the big goal. And so I want to encourage you with that as well. Don't be overwhelmed by this big process in this journey. Just look at it from the standpoint that these are small incremental steps that I need to take each and every day to become more disciplined and become better so that I can grow and experience the great life that God wants for me. So today I'm going to look at the next step in this time maximization phase. And it's the topic today is command your plan. We talked about the idea of designing your dream week and putting it in your calendar and optimizing your calendar to start moving in that direction. So what I want to highlight today is what do you do to command your plan, to be in charge of your plan? Well, there's a few things that are disciplines, once again, that we need to do regularly, and they start with a weekly strategy. So you need to strategize weekly. And what I mean by this is look ahead at least 1 week and know by the end of this week, for instance, what do you need to do next week. So maybe on Friday afternoon, it's a good idea to block out 30 minutes or an hour, however long it takes you, to just really take a look at your calendar for the next week and really start to strategize what needs to get done, what do you already have on your calendar, what needs to be adjusted, where do you need to give more time and attention to, what do you need to give less time and attention to, but just start to really look at your week at a glance the week before. If you're like me, there's a lot of times where appointments come up several weeks in advance, and so this weekly strategy is going to bring things back to mind that you have coming up many times that you may not have remembered just because it's been a while since you put it on your calendar. And so weekly strategy is important. But then you need to execute daily. And the reason for that is it doesn't work if it's on paper only or just in your electronic calendar. You have to actually do something with your scheduled appointments and time blocks. So it's great to have this mapped out strategy. It's great to have a calendar that looks great and have your, even your dream week, your dream month, and all this ideally put out. But if you don't execute daily on those dreams and on those time blocks and on those just obligations that you have, then you're never going to really experience the great life that God wants for you because action is required more than just strategy. Strategizing is a looking ahead action, but then you also need to do the daily action of execution. And then once you are doing that, then you also need to evaluate consistently. So as we mentioned in the Design Your Dream Week and optimizing your calendar segments, it's important for you to just map it out. But here's the thing, over time you'll realize that some things aren't exactly the way that they need to be. And so what you thought was a dream week schedule, you might find that there's some hiccups in that. And so when you evaluate regularly and consistently, you can iron out those problems. You can shift things around as needed. You can take care of the bumps in the road, as they say, on your calendar. So you basically start to realize while you're evaluating that what I thought I needed an hour for, I really needed 30 minutes for it, or maybe you need 2 hours for it, or maybe you thought you should do something on a Monday, but you really need to move that to a middle of the week type of thing, or maybe you haven't planned in a time at the end of each week to strategize for the next week, so you need to add that. So this is where evaluating consistently is important, because your calendar and really your vision is kind of a living document. So as you take steps forward, you're going to find new things that you need to do. You're going to find old things that just need to fall off of your planning calendar. And then there's just things that just need to be tweaked a little bit here and there. They belong on your calendar, but maybe they don't need as much time, or maybe they need more time. Maybe they just belong in a different place. So I just want to encourage you, your calendar, your plan is yours to really command, to be in charge of. Don't let other people command your plan. Don't let other people take your calendar and take your time from you. Now, you may have obligations with your job and with your family and other things, and I understand that. But you still have responsibility. You still have control of how you use your time. And so whether it's getting the rest you need, or whether it's spending the time with the people you want to, or whether it's being intentional with the time that you need to get your work done, you are responsible for that. So be the commander of your plan. Be in charge. Take charge. And don't let other people hijack that because of their emergencies or crises. Too many times that can happen. Don't look up at the end of the day and go, where did the day go? Where did my time go? Make sure that you make sure that your schedule is the way you need it to be. And if people are coming to you, make sure that they're fitting into your plan, unless it's a dire crisis, which most things that people make into an emergency really aren't. It's really their lack of preparation. So be strong and stay with it and command your plan. I look forward to wrapping up this series next time. Take care.